Tonight on CTV3 News, Corozal police at the scene of what is believed to be murder in the community of Consejo. Reliable sources tell us the man was shot to death. Police Guatemalan armed forces confront the highest-ranking Belizean military as the media tours the Sarstoon island. Chetumal goes back to being a free zone. Mexico's President Manuel Lopez Obrador signs a decree. What does this mean for the Corozal commercial free zone? And Mexico and Belize celebrate Vaccination Week in the Americas. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Thursday, April 25th, 2024.
For 19 years, SMART has been the pulse of our nation. A journey of growth, innovation, resilience, and unity.
From the first call that bridged distances to the data that brought us closer than ever, SMART has been there, weaving threads of connection across our beautiful land.
We have been active in providing innovative solutions to enhance our customers' lifestyles. Over the years, SMART has developed and provided various services to meet customers' needs.
To the dreamers, doers, and the believers, thank you for making SMART a part of your story. For 19 years of trust, loyalty, partnership, and shared experiences.
As we celebrate 19 years of connecting lives and dreams, let's keep the rhythm alive. Together, let's continue to shape our future one connection at a time.
Come and be a part of the SMART family, where we empower you and our country today, tomorrow, and beyond.
SMART, bringing people together.
As I look out on the audience, I see many of the artists whose works are represented in this first display. My respect to each of you for contributing to Belize's creative and intellectual inheritance. I also offer my admiration and respect to those artists represented in the museum who have passed on. Their work lives on as sources of inspiration and education. And for the many hundreds of artists who are not in the first show, I say that it is not our intention to develop a culture of exclusion or gatekeeping. Just the opposite. We see this space as one of liberation.
The following is a message from the Central Bank of Belize. The High Court of Belize, by a decision issued on 15 April 2024, dismissed the challenge to the Registrar of Credit Unions' appointment of an administrator to St. Francis Xavier Credit Union Limited and affirmed that the appointment was lawful. On 10 March 2023, the Governor of the Central Bank of Belize, in his capacity as Registrar, acting in accordance with Section 61 of the Credit Unions Act, appointed an administrator to CFXCU. The appointment was made after the Registrar concluded that certain administrative and operational problems facing SFXCU may jeopardize the stability of the credit union. This conclusion was made following a thorough examination of the affairs of the credit union, including 2 independent investigations as well as a special examination conducted by the Registrar's Office. The examination reports concluded that, inter alia, there were significant deficiencies in credit risk management, internal audit functions, and internal control mechanisms. The reports also highlighted numerous breaches of CFXCU's established policies, procedures, and bylaws, contraventions of the provisions of the Credit Unions Act, and an apparent culture of self-dealing and failures of senior management. Based on the conclusions of the examinations, the registrar sought to engage the Board of Directors of SFXCU from as early as June 2022 to implement corrective measures to address the deficiencies in management and to mitigate the risk to depositors posed by the systematic problems uncovered. The attempt to engage the board proved unsuccessful, despite a lengthy period of communication which lasted several months. The board either refused or neglected to implement the necessary measures which the registrar had concluded were necessary to safeguard members' funds. In the opinion of the registrar, the board was either not disposed or equipped to discharge the fiduciary duties owed to members of SFXCU to safeguard their interests. Following the appointment of the administrator in March 2023, 7 of the 8 members of the board of SFXCU, then constituted, and the general manager, Rafael Dominguez, the claimants, brought a legal challenge to the appointment of the High Court of Belize, alleging, among other things, that the appointment was unlawful, in breach of the provisions of the Credit Unions Act, in breach of the requirements of natural justice, and otherwise in violation of the claimant's constitutional rights. On 15 April 2024, the High Court of Belize issued a decision dismissing the challenge to the registrar's appointment of the administrator and affirming that the appointment was lawful in accordance with the provisions of the Credit Unions Act and not in violation of the principles of natural justice or the claimant's constitutional rights. The decision of the High Court vindicates the registrar's appointment of an administrator to SFXCU, and the registrar is grateful that the court saw it fit to dismiss the legal challenge to the said appointment. SFXCU currently remains under administration, and the registrar wishes to notify the public that significant steps have been taken since the appointment of the administrator to address the systematic issues which necessitated the appointment. The registrar will continue to discharge its statutory mandate to inspect, inquire into, and supervise all credit unions to safeguard the interests of members. This is a message from the Central Bank of Belize.
Good evening. With your news also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. Reports reaching our newsroom is that police in Corozal are at the scene of what is believed to be a murder. While we have been able to ascertain the name of the victim, we will not divulge as we are unaware if his family has been informed. We understand the individual was shot behind his home in the community of Consejo by a man who emerged from the bushes. Our news team is currently at the scene. We will have more details of this story in tomorrow's newscast. Today, the media was invited to witness the official inauguration of the newly renovated forward operating base near the Sarstoon River in the south of Belize. We will have more about the inauguration later in the newscast as the following brief ceremonies at the FOB compound. The BDF and Coast Guard led a media tour around Sarstoon Island. It was during this tour that the Guatemalan Armed Forces GAF arrived and confronted the highest-ranking Belizean military official present. The GAF claimed that the Belizean forces were in Guatemalan waters and demanded their departure. Brigadier General Loria, the Belizean commander, reportedly chose not to engage in a verbal altercation with the GAF. The incident took place in front of both the media and Belizean military personnel. The GAF chose to follow the Belizean vessel for the entirety of the tour. The media spoke to General Loria about the situation, while the Guatemalan military remained in the background.
We understand there are no protocols. We are trying to hammer a protocol. The Guatemalans say that one exists. Whenever we ask them for such protocols, they cannot come up with anything. So what we do is to just continue to patrol and hold our grounds. This Belize, the southern channel is Belize of the Sarstoon, and that's what we're doing. They too, they say, you have heard it, that the whole river belongs to them. And we are telling them, no, it's not so, it belongs to Belize. They are saying that it's undisputed, there is no discussion, but we are at the ICJ at this present moment.
But how frustrating is it for you guys to be out here, you know it's Belizean waters, you're doing your job, and then these guys follow you every day and they're like, no, you're in Guatemala.
It's not frustrating to me because this is not the first time that they're there following us. And we have been here, I have been here on numerous occasions, and they always follows it, but what we need to do is to have a bit of common sense and report it through the channels. It's not for me to decide on what to do here. So I have directed my deputy commander to, as soon as we reach on camp, to document it, send it to the Ministry of National Defense and Border Security, and they in turn will send it to Foreign Affairs. And then it becomes diplomatic. They will find a solution to this. They will know what else to do. To send a protest note to Guatemala, call them, I don't know. That is above me.
And while General Loria maintains the Sarstoon is sovereignly for Belize, he advises Belizeans to exercise caution when deciding to visit the area.
Anybody is welcome here, but the civilians at large, they have to be sensitized that if you do come and check to our base, and more than likely this is what will happen to you. More than likely, if they see you around, they will come and they are going to tell you this is Guatemalan waters, and if you are by yourself or a small group, you even risk detention and carried over there. So this is what we're dealing with, and it's hazardous, it's risky, and you have to know when it is safe to come and navigate these waters.
In the eyes of the rest of the Belizeans, it's very unfair to say the absolute least that we can't move around in our own waters. Not only that, but they are in our waters, they're on our side.
I agree, it's on our side, it's disputed waters, and our best weapon in this case is diplomacy. That is what we have to do.
The Sarstoon River has been a source of tension between the two countries for many years. Guatemala asserts its sovereignty over the entire river, while Belize maintains its right to half of the waterway. In tomorrow's newscast, we will bring you all the details, the inauguration of the forward operating base. It's official, Chetumal will go back to being a free zone. The announcement was made 2 days ago after a decree was signed by Mexico's President Andrés Manuel López Obrador. With that move, it is expected that Quintana Roo's economy will be reactivated. But what does this mean for the investors of the Corozal Commercial Free Zone, whose sales depend highly on the influx of Mexicans to the free zone? Well, according to the administration of the free zone, they and the investors are looking at the vast opportunities that come with Chetumal being a free zone.
I have 5 main key points that I would like to share with you all. No? On Chetumal and Corozal Free Zone can collaborate and ensure their success. The first one, stimulus for international trade. Both free zones offer tax incentives and administrative facilities and to strengthen international trade, which can encourage financial economic exchanges between both regions. So we have to work together. And 2, regional economic development. By recognizing the strategic importance of both areas, local and regional economic growth is promoted. The collaboration between Chetumal and Corozal can enhance this development through the complementarity of their commercial activities. Okay? 3, you have strategic location. Both Chetumal and Corozal are located in privileged geographical locations, which makes them key points to strengthen commercial relations with Central American and Caribbean markets. This strategic position can be used to promote commercial exchange between two areas. All right, and then I have a fourth point. We both share tax incentive. Both zones offer tax incentives to local business and tenants, which can encourage investment and business growth on both sides of the border. Harmonization of fiscal policies can further facilitate economic collaboration. Okay. Fifth, infrastructure development. The collaboration between Chetumal and Corozal can promote joint urban improvements and infrastructure programs, those in contributing to the social and economic well-being of both communities. Investment and shared infrastructure can strengthen the connectivity and competitiveness of both free zones.
By revamping its marketing strategies, the administration of the Free Zone expects to increase the influx of visitors to the zone, thus translating in higher economic movement.
Well, we have always have a marketing team which have always been very active in promoting the Corozal Free Zone. We have been hiring private consultants and private promoters also as well to promote the Corozal Free Zone. And we have investors have already participate very much in contributing as many promotions and also in different diversity of different brands of different commercial products here in the Corozal Free Zone. No? It's not just commercial. We have restaurants. People come here to enjoy rice and beans, you know. Some people come and actually they like the Belikin for see. It's something different for them. Some of them come only to drink a red Fanta, something new that I get to know. They love the red Fanta. They would die for a red Fanta. We try to do things that will attract more Mexicans into the Corozal Free Zone. I could give you an idea, no? Comparison to 2022 to 2023. We have an increment of 22% in 2023. So over 1.3 million visitors came in 2023 to visit the Corozal Free Zone. And as you could recall, last time I mentioned to you, we had 308 companies registered. Now we have 313 companies. So since I'm here in 2020, for November, and we opened in February 2021, we have already registered 59 companies since I'm here at the Corozal Free Zone. The Corozal Free Zone is growing, and more visitors are coming, and investors has the confidence of this management administration, the way we are working together with them to increase the free zone to a higher level.
Wilson Flores, a 48-year-old resident of Kelly Street, has been remanded to Belize Central Prison after being denied bail for an alleged rape of a child dating back almost 5 years. Flores appeared unrepresented before a senior magistrate this morning, where he was formally charged with rape of a child. The incident is said to have occurred between September and December 2019, involving a female child under the age of 16. No plea was taken from Flores due to the nature of the offense, which is being dealt with on indictment. The senior magistrate explained that she would not grant bail at this time due to the serious nature and prevalence of the crime. Flores is remanded until June 19, 2024. According to police reports, the victim, now 13 years old, accompanied by a social worker, reported to the police that she had been sexually assaulted by Flores against her will during the specified period while at a relative's home. A medical examination conducted on March 29, 2023, confirmed that the child had been carnally known. Flores was subsequently detained and charged on April 22, 2024, following the investigation. Back in the month of March, a delegation including ambassadors Jaime Briceño and Hesam Diab, along with Belize's ambassador to Mexico, Oscar Arnold, met with representatives of Mexico's Tren Maya railway project. Discussions centered around the possibility of establishing one of the stations at Belize's northern border with Mexico, thereby providing passenger and freight service for Belize to all of southern Mexico. This will also provide access to interoceanic railway in Mexico, a key route that links important port cities on both its Pacific and Atlantic coast. Today, we spoke to the CEO of the Corozal Commercial Free Zone, Neri Ramirez, about the impact that the Tren Maya project will have on the free zone.
Well, it will be a benefit for us to have the Tren Maya to link and incorporate Tren Maya here at the border, close to the Corozal Free Zone, not only for tourism, because the way I understand that Tren Maya will be operating is during the course of the day they will be moving tourists, but at the same time at night they can be moving the merchandise. So it is a two-way lane. So it will be very useful for us. We are already thinking. I believe that the government of Belize has already met with the president of Mexico, not once or twice, to try to make that be a reality for us here in the Corozal Free Zone and Belize. In addition to that, we have already started to develop some ideas. No, if that doesn't materialize very soon, and I can see that the Tren Maya is going to come here in Chetumal, how can we connect Free Zone to Tren Maya station? Whether we either get mobiles, minibuses, or something to transport the tourists coming to Chetumal to sell to them that the Free Zone is a viable commercial area for them.
In the area of wholesale.
The government of Mexico tasked its military with the construction and administration of the Tren Maya routes. This also ensures that the pricing remains competitive and that security is provided for the project. To date, the Army Corps of Engineers has been performing well and meeting key objectives and targets for completion, with 5 of 7 routes completed. The route linking Chetumal and Cancun is scheduled for completion between June and July 2024. This will open access to an additional estimated 4 million travelers yearly, as well as provide an alternative route for Belizean products to penetrate Mexican markets. Tren Maya, inaugurated in December 2023, is the largest project of its kind in the Western Hemisphere. The 966.27 miles of new railway will link 5 states, Campeche, Chiapas, Tabasco, Yucatan, and Quintana Roo, in Mexico's southeastern region, linking its main cities to tourist hotspots and archaeological sites. The locomotives will use both diesel and electricity and represent the latest in railway technology. Coming up next, we take you to BHSA, where honey production is in full swing. Stay tuned.
Gran baile de verano, gran baile de verano. Yo a ti te comparo como una antena parabólica. Gran baile de verano. En Belice se presenta desde la hermana República de El Salvador, la internacional Sonora Dinamita. La parabólica, la parabólica, la parabólica, la parabólica. La internacional Sonora Dinamita. Qué lindo es tu cucú, tan bello tu cucú, redondito y suavecito. Viernes 3 de mayo en el People Stadium, Orange World, alternando con el conjunto del momento, Super Furia. Puertas abren a las 7 de la noche. Caballeros, $30 beliceños. Señoritas, $20 beliceños. Te esperamos en el Estadio del Pueblo. La internacional Sonora Dinamita y el conjunto del momento, Super Furia. No puedes faltar.
The April sale is now at Cellular World. Enjoy massive savings store-wide and take your luck when you get a chance to get cash back with our Scratch and Win Tickets giveaway. Ask about our unbeatable low prices guaranteed with budget phones starting as low as $49. Android starter phones starting at an all-time low price of just $115. Redmi gaming phones starting at $359. Samsung A series lead offers starting at just $269. Fully backed up by 1-year local warranty. Plus, the newly added ZTE, Infinix, Logic, and Tecno smartphones now available countrywide. But that's not all. We've got you covered with something for everyone. Kids tablets, smart TVs, speakers, headphones, and earbuds, gaming consoles, smartwatches, accessories, and so much more. Visit any of our stores in Belize City, Belmopan, San Pedro, and now in Orange Walk to start shopping today. Or shop with us via our virtual store through Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp at 615-5141. Don't miss out. We got the deal for you.
One day, we decided to gather everyone who loves The Last of Us in one place. The naked and afraid fans, and well, everyone who loves realities. The ones who don't like spoilers, and the ones who do. And those who love Barbie and Peppa Pig. That place is called Max. Well, it's not an actual place. It's on your screens, and there's room for everyone. Max is here to bring you more of the stories that you love. Max, the one to watch.
Our legacy isn't how many commas we have in our bank account. It's who we're lucky enough to have in our lives and what we can leave them with.
Henry, remind me again why we can't put you in a gifted school.
Because it's better for my psychosocial development for me to interact with a peer group in a normal school environment.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Susan? I guess I could just set you up with direct deposit if that's easier.
I don't know. I'll have to ask Henry.
You have to ask your 11-year-old?
Did our financial statement come in the mail today?
Yeah, I forgot to give it to you.
I don't know how you do it, all by yourself.
Come on, I have Henry. Find me another male of the species who's more grown up than him.
I'd like to.
This story is about me, my brother, my mom, and the girl who lived next door.
Henry and Peter, they're lucky to have you.
And your father's lucky to have you, too.
Stepfather.
You okay?
I'm good.
Mom, I have to tell you something, and it's very important. Christine is in trouble. When someone hurts someone else, we have to make it better.
There's only one way to stop it.
I'd hope to do it all myself, but that's not an option.
There has to be another way to help Christina. Why there's no way to help.
Mr. Sickleman is the police commissioner. I'm not going to subject him to public scrutiny without conclusive evidence.
Okay, let's do this.
Mom, everything you need is right here. I'll be with you the whole time.
I know what you've done. Henry documented all of it.
Who do you think they're gonna believe?
It can't be left undone. No matter what, don't
I'm
panic.
not panicking.
We have to make it better.
Come to this door and wait.
Do you want quick cash for your gold? Then take advantage of Monica's Pawn Shop's big loans on gold and our guaranteed low rate of only 10% on all pawn jewelry. But it doesn't stop there. We also pawn TVs, buy scrap gold, and pawn vehicles that you can still drive. Visit Monica's Pawn Shop today in our Belize City location at number 128 Cemetery Road, our Belmopan location at number 5 Garden Plaza, our Orange Walk location, number 2 Belize Carazal Road. Give us a call at 207-0970 and get more money for your gold jewelry.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Anthony Smith, and I'm here to introduce OneLink Mobile. OneLink Mobile is not just an app, it's a future way of payments in Belize. It's easy, it's fast, you can download it right now. Guys, if you don't believe me, let me pass you on to the lovely Miss Gomez, who can tell you a little bit more about the app.
Thank you for the introduction. Good morning, everyone. At Heritage Bank, our vision is to become the premier financial institution with cutting-edge technology that simplifies the financial life of our customers. The inception of OneLink Mobile aligns perfectly with this vision. We're excited about this strategic partnership because OneLink Mobile ensures each transaction is safe and private. Our joint efforts will put a powerful, user-friendly financial tool in the hands of the public. We feel that OneLink Mobile makes banking convenient like never before. By linking your debit or credit card, you can make payments to merchants and other OneLink users anywhere. Thank you for your time. Back to you, Anthony.
Thank you, Ms. Gomez, for those great insights about OneLink Mobile. Now I want to pass you on to Mr. Sidney, who's an entrepreneur that's been using the OneLink Mobile.
Good day, everyone. My name is Sidney Perifit. I'm a licensed tour guide and also a construction consultant, among other things. And I want to tell you about OneLink Mobile. It is going to be a cash app that is going to revolutionize the way we make payments here in Belize. You can receive payments from abroad with just a click. So no longer do you have to wait for deposits. When you're booking tours, clients can pay you from their home. Also, in every other aspect, locally, you can make payments to each other face-to-face from the comfort of your own home. No longer do you have to transact with cash, worry about money wiring, etc. All of this is going to be in the palm of your hand. OneLink is going to revolutionize the way we do payments here. All right, back to you, Anthony.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sidney. Guys, if you don't have OneLink Mobile, get it right now, guys. It's free. You can download it right now. It's going to change the way how you pay in Belize. It's the future of Belize, guys.
Get ready for the ultimate agricultural extravaganza. Mark your calendars for the 26th, 27th, and 28th of April 2024 because the National Agriculture and Trade Show is coming to town. Hosted in Belmopan, the heart of our nation. This spectacular event takes place at the sprawling Agriculture Showgrounds, spanning over 60 acres along the breathtaking Roaring Creek. Prepare to be amazed as the 52nd National Agriculture and Trade Show unfolds under the electrifying theme of integrating sustainable food systems. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to witness innovation, celebrate agriculture, and be part of a movement towards a greener.
To celebrate this 22nd annual vaccination week in the Americas, VWA, organized by the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, from 20 to the 27th of April 2024, the Ministry of Health and Wellness has been hosting a number of activities to increase vaccination updates and share information on the importance of vaccines. This year's VWA campaign aims to strengthen vaccination services at both the community level and health facilities. The goal remains closing the most urgent immunity gaps and promoting vaccination across all age groups. Today, the main activity of the week was celebrated at the Corozal commercial-free zone between Belize and Mexico through a binational border vaccination ceremony. Elmer Cornejo was present and filed the following report.
From April 20th to the 27th, the 22nd Annual Vaccination Week in the Americas is being celebrated, as well as the 13th World Immunization Week. This year's highlight activity was a Belize-Mexico binational border vaccination ceremony hosted today by the Ministry of Health and Wellness at the Corozal Free Zone. This significant activity saw the presence of Mexican and Belizean authorities who joined in one fight to promote the importance of vaccination global-wise. Minister of Health and Wellness Honorable Kevin Bernard described the partnership witnessed today as demonstration of collective dedication to public health initiatives, but also contributing to the success of the week.
We are in Vaccination Week celebrating a very much important binational ceremony that was held today in celebration of Vaccine Week. We want to encourage citizens both from Belize and Mexico, to our parents especially, to ensure that our young children are vaccinated from a very early stage. As you know, we have to protect against any preventable diseases, and so vaccination is the way to go, and so that we could continue to be relieved from many of these illnesses that affect our region. So in Belize, as you know, for example, polio ended in early 1981. That was the last case in Mexico in 1990. And so we have to continue to fight against these diseases. You have seen in some other parts of the world, in some other countries, where polio has reemerged. And so we have to ensure that in our region, that does not happen. And so we have to continue to encourage our people to get vaccinated against all these preventable diseases that can affect us. And as was rightly mentioned in one of the message by the PAHO representative, that we also must look at the migrants that come into our countries, both countries, so that we could, them as well need to be vaccinated, so that we could continue to prevent any spread of any disease that can affect our citizens.
In terms of the agreement, what sort of agreement was inked this morning with our partners, with your partners in Mexico?
Well, you know that this has been a collaborative effort that has been happening for a while now, and like I said in my message, that it spanned decades since our diplomatic relationship. Now, I think it was back in 2019 when they had the first binational between Belize and Mexico in terms of the vaccination, something that started in 2002 between Venezuela and I think it was Panama. And so we want to continue to ensure that this is a yearly event that we celebrate and we work together collaboratively. I know that we are in discussions with Mexico, our partners in Mexico right now, where they want to see how they could come into Belize and assist through the same venue where we utilize the free zone so that people can access healthcare services, vaccination. Again, it's all about making sure that we are protecting our citizens, protecting our young ones, and adults included. So it is really a country-to-country cooperation that we have had over the years as good neighbors. And so I really want to thank them for their efforts as well and for their support that they have offered to Belize, and of course we as well to the Mexicans. So definitely this today is signaling the good relationship that both Belize and Mexico share with each other.
Today was a day to utilize the COVID-19 pandemic as the perfect example to highlight the importance of vaccines. The worldwide vaccination project has revealed that healthcare professionals and community leaders significantly influence vaccination behaviors, and they require continuous skill building to effectively engage the public on the importance of vaccines, especially since the COVID-19 pandemic increased vaccine hesitancy.
There will always be some persons who will have some level of hesitancy. Now, the responsibility of the ministries of health from both countries is to ensure that we educate our people on the efficiency, the efficacy of vaccines and the benefits of one being vaccinated. COVID-19, of course, had its own challenges. There was a lot of, and with the emergence of social media and the different opinions, sometimes false news and fake news, you know, it tends to skew people's perception about what the vaccines were. But again, we need to ensure that we continue to educate, train our people. I know in Belize we have constantly ensuring that we educate our community health workers, our nurses, our doctors, updating them with the benefits of these things. And so we have to go back into the communities, into the schools, into the institutions and talk to them about the benefits of the vaccine. And so Vaccination Week is about that too, to continue the education and to continue to encourage our people to be vaccinated, because vaccination do save lives.
In Belize, the last case of polio was registered in 1981. Coincidentally, the year Belize became an independent nation. However, though Mexico is next door, it only became polio-free in 1990 by the World Health Organization. In essence, the binational activity today resurfaces the great need for nations in the Americas to work together in making sure the region remains a steadfast, healthy region, ready to combat the international health issues that may intend to crumble a nation's health sector.
Mira, para nosotros es sumamente importante, lo platicaba con el doctor José Moya de la OPS, él mencionaba en sus palabras de discurso que era una fiesta. Esta es una fiesta. Consideramos que no existe una mayor prevención de la salud que la vacunación. Entonces hacemos un atento llamado y respetuoso llamado a toda la población que se vacune. Es importantísimo este enfoque que estamos dándole a las niñas, a los niños. Es nuestro presente y nuestro futuro. Entonces consideramos que es importantísimo que se lleve a cabo la vacunación y llevarla de manera binacional, como se está llevando ahorita con un país hermano como lo es Belice, es maravilloso. Entonces yo lo que te puedo decir es que estamos totalmente a favor de la prevención en todas sus modalidades, pero sin duda una de las más importantes es la vacunación.
Both countries also realize that eradicating communicable diseases also means that immigrants, regardless of origins, must be vaccinated. In Mexico, data demonstrates the struggle the country is experiencing with that particular matter. Today, the Director of Health Services of Quintana Roo, Mexico, spoke on the issue.
Mira, para nosotros es sumamente importante, lo platicaba con el doctor José Moya de la OPS, él mencionaba en sus palabras de discurso que era una fiesta. Esta es una fiesta. Consideramos que no existe una mayor prevención de la salud que la vacunación. Entonces hacemos un atento llamado y respetuoso llamado a toda la población que se vacune. Es importantísimo este enfoque que estamos dándole a las niñas, a los niños. Es nuestro presente y nuestro futuro. Entonces consideramos que es importantísimo que se lleve a cabo la vacunación y llevarla de manera binacional, como se está llevando ahorita con un país hermano como lo es Belice, es maravilloso. Entonces yo lo que te puedo decir es que estamos totalmente a favor de la prevención en todas sus modalidades, pero sin duda una de las más importantes es la vacunación.
At today's events, booths were erected to administer vaccines on location and provided health checks for diabetes, hypertension, mental health, and eye screening. Nurses were joined by the Environmental Health Department, the Dental Service Unit, and Universal Health Coverage Departments to provide counseling services and health brochures. Elmer Cornejo, CTV3 News.
The main objectives of the VWA are to reach unvaccinated and under-vaccinated persons to reduce the pool of susceptible persons, place special focus on vaccination against polio and measles since there is a risk of importation and reemergence in Belize, promote vaccination against diphtheria, tetanus, hepatitis B, pertussis, and HPV, among others, and continue the efforts to reach high-risk priority groups with COVID-19 vaccines, both primary series and boosters. Recently, the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security and Enterprise launched its primary and high school gardening program competition. After visiting all participating schools, representatives of the ministry selected the winners, and tonight we are proud to feature the winning garden at the high school level. It belongs to no other than Escuela Secundaria Técnica Mexico. The high school won first place by featuring its biochar soil project. Elmer Cornejo reports.
By launching the primary and secondary school education gardening competition, the objective of the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security and Enterprise is for students and teachers to become even more aware of the importance of planting, cultivating, and harvesting in order to bring nutritious food to the table daily. In the Corozal district, the Escuela Secundaria Técnica Mexico was bestowed first place at the high school level. From the onset, let me tell you that their garden is exemplary. We met with the agricultural teacher who details why the biochar soil project gave them the win.
The category that we won is the most innovative project from the competition. We currently are working with a soil amendment called biochar. Basically, it's a charcoal-like substance that we create out of any organic materials. In addition to that, we are currently working with a scientific research to find the optimum level in which biochar can be included in habanero plants.
And why is it that you as agriculture decided that you want to do this experiment, this test soil?
The reason why we decided to start with this project is a right now with biochar, since it is a way how we can mitigate climate change, and also we can contribute to have a more fertile and more productive yields in crops. Okay.
And surprisingly, there is no research in Belize in relation to habanero cultivation using biochar. And ESDM says they hope that their findings at the end of the research can be published so that farmers can use the method to their advantage.
Firstly, we start creating the biochar, then we send some samples, some laboratory samples in which we obtain that it has a lot of macro and micronutrients, and there's a lot of potassium, magnesium, and sulfur, which are very limited in these soils that we have at Corzan or in Drac. So we decided that organic fertilizer would be a very good material for farmers to be used in their crops. That was the reason.
Now you mentioned that you're making this experiment, this research. So when did the research start, and when will we see a final report on it to know and say, okay, this is what happened throughout this period of time, and this is what the results look like now?
Okay, basically the project have two phases. The first phase is for us to measure plant height, plant thickness, and this project started 2 months ago. We plan to evaluate the production system, and at the end we will also measure the root system, so we can measure more parameters like root length density, root mass density, and other parameters that would help us be more sure of which is the best results.
The habaneros found in these gardens are proof that biochar, which is burnt animal manure, actually works. The stable solid, which is rich in carbon, is healthy for the environment and is currently being looked at as a possible climate change adaptation method.
Since I entered Escuela México, we have started with scientific research. We have make students get interested in involving scientific research, because this is the way we should go. And since it's hands-on, the students learn how to apply the scientific method, they learn how to record data, they learn how to analyze data, and at the same time they work and communicate as a team.
And now your expression, your comments, your thoughts about becoming the teacher that led the school into winning the competition.
Well, basically for the project we have been working with others, as you mentioned, with a team, with our teachers, agriculture teacher, in which we have been putting time into this project. We have been helping students for them to get prepared for the project.
For third farm student Nargas Pech, her engagement into the project is a testament that her teacher's instructions are effective.
I've gained a lot of knowledge, both practical and theory, because the teacher every time comes outside and teaches something new, and we put our knowledge into practice. And this gives me time to practice everything I know, and I see how I develop my thinking skills in agriculture.
What is one of the things that you've seen functioned after your teacher gave you a class?
That he doesn't only say that he will do a project, but he puts it into work. And that is something that is very important here, so that we can do everything and not just think of doing it.
You seem like one of the students that are very much interested in the agriculture class. So is it that you assist the teacher, I don't know, watering the plants, collecting data?
I always try to be with him, assisting him in all the projects, because I am also very curious to see what will be the final result of each project that he does.
And now, as one of the students that belong to the school that won the agriculture competition, how do you feel about that?
I feel very proud, because I see that everything that is done here is very important to the environment, and it brings a lot of benefits to us.
In relation to the test plans, what are your thoughts about it, your comments about the test plans and the process that you've been through for the past, 2, 3, 4 weeks?
I've seen that we apply different types of percentages, and then I see that there is one that works better than the next one, so I'm comparing it, and then we will know which one works better.
And to other students that are out there, maybe young people at your age, you might be, 15, 16 years old, what would be your advice to other young people in relation to the subject of agriculture?
that agriculture is very important to the environment and they should start to see the things, because from a simple step of planting a plant, they can get a lot of benefits from it and also benefit the economy. So it's very important to get up and do something and help the environment.
Elmer Cornejo, CTV3 News.
The Belize High School of Agriculture is leading the Orange Walk District in agriculture within the school setting. As part of their curriculum, BHSA, located in the community of San Lazaro, has engaged in a number of different sectors within the productive sector, including fruit and vegetable gardens, tilapia farming, and even livestock farming. Most recently, the school has engaged in honey apiculture and honey cultivation. Our news team visited the school this week to find out more about the program and its benefit towards the school.
In October of last year, Orange Walk District's leading agriculture-based high school, BHSA, in the community of San Lazaro, began its apiculture or beekeeping program following a generous donation from the Ministry of Agriculture. That donation included 2 apiaries along with the necessary equipment and tools needed to build their own bee colony. Fast forward to today, the school is currently running a very productive apiculture program which has proudly yielded its first harvest of rich golden honey. Director of the program and agriculture teacher Ernesto Pech says the school is very proud of its achievement to bring new experiences to their students.
Here at BHSA, we also do apiculture in third form, where the students learn the different castes of bees, from the drone, the worker, the queen bee. They also learn about the different pests and diseases that affect bees. They learn about the different tools and equipment that affect bees. They learn how to extract bees. They learn also how to describe how the honey is actually made. But all of this is done theoretically. Thankfully, this year, we now have an apiary, and now we are proud to have our first harvest, and a very beautiful, rich, golden honey is being produced by our bees, and I'm so proud of it.
As the newest program to be implemented within the agriculture curriculum in the school, Pech says the students have responded positively to beekeeping as an alternative source of income here in the north.
What's so nice about this, thanks to the Ministry of Agriculture, they donated to us 5 hives, 5 colonies on October last year, and now we are already seeing the fruits after just a few months, where we are actually harvesting honey. What this does is actually complement our theoretical activities in class to practical activities out in the field, where now the students can actually have a hands-on, not only theoretically, but now practically, by going out into the field, by putting on their PPEs, by going with me to the apiary, by seeing what is an actual queen, what is an actual worker bee, what is an actual drone bee, and they can also appreciate how the honey is being made, how the honey is being covered with and sealed with wax, what is propolis, what is pollen, and hence doing it out there in the field, it's much more interesting for them. That every time I have students from first to fourth form asking me, "Sir, when are you going to take us? When is our time to go?" You know, but I always tell them, your time will come. I cannot take all of them at the same time. We have limited PPEs, and hence we can only take a certain group of students to the field every so often.
As the school now ventures into their own production of honey, they are looking to market their product here in the north with a goal to expand in the coming school year.
Yes, our plan is to market our honey here locally, first at the beginning, and then eventually, you know, if everything goes well for us, we will see where we get from there. But yes, right now our plan is actually to double our apiary as soon as the harvest season ends. Our plan is also to acquire more materials and equipment so that we can improve in our apiculture here at school. I believe that this assistance from the Ministry of Agriculture will definitely give the school a boost, not only in the education section where the students learn, but also economically, because now we have another source of income, and we can see that it's something great.
As the school continues to expand their agriculture program with the introduction of tilapia farming, apiculture, and even livestock during this school year, Principal of the institution, Abel Celis, says they are looking to acquire additional land to accommodate this growth.
Those two programs have already contributed a lot to our school, especially to our students, because they get the experience, the skills, not only the knowledge, but also the skills, the experience. Now, in terms of access to land, presently we are borrowing land for our apiculture program. So it's very important for me to see that, to ask the government of Belize to assist us in acquiring more land so that we can increase our production, especially the livestock program that we have. We can expand on our different agriculture programs. So we are begging the government of Belize to please assist us in acquiring land. I know that behind our school we have 33 acres of land that we plan to acquire, but with the help of the government of Belize.
Locally produced BHSA golden honey is expected to hit the local market in the coming weeks. Reporting for CTV3 News, Norma Ruiz.
After the break, we introduce to you the top spellers of Orange Walk and Corozal. Stay tuned.
Gran baile de verano, gran baile de verano. Gran baile de verano en Belice se presenta desde la hermana República de El Salvador, la internacional Sonora Dinamita. La internacional Sonora Dinamita.
Qué lindo es tu cucú, tan bello tu cucú, redondito y suavecito.
Viernes 3 de mayo en el People Stadium, Orange Walk, alternando con el conjunto del momento, Super Furia. Puertas abren a las 7 de la noche. Caballeros, $30 beliceños. Señoritas, $20 beliceños. Te esperamos en el Estadio del Pueblo. La internacional Sonora Dinamita y el conjunto del momento, Super Furia. No puedes faltar.
One day, we decided to gather everyone who loves The Last of Us in one place. The naked and afraid fans, and well, everyone who loves realities. The ones who don't like spoilers, and the ones who do. And those who love Barbie and Peppa Pig. That place is called Max. Well, it's not an actual place. It's on your screens, and there's room for everyone. Max is here to bring you more of the stories that you love. Max, the one to watch.
Comunicado de prensa. El Tribunal Supremo confirma el nombramiento del Banco Central de un administrador para la St. Francis Xavier Credit Union Limited, Ciudad de Belice, 16 de abril 2024. El Tribunal Supremo de Belice, mediante una decisión emitida el 15 de abril del 2024, desestimó la impugnación del nombramiento por parte del registrador de cooperativas de crédito de un administrador para St. Francis Xavier Credit Union Limited y confirmó la legalidad del nombramiento. El 10 de marzo del 2023, el gobernador del Central Bank of Belize, en su calidad de registrador, actuando de conformidad con la sección 61 del Credit Union Act, nombró un administrador para St. Francis Xavier Credit Union. El nombramiento se realizó después de que el registrador concluyera que ciertos problemas administrativos y operativos a los que se enfrentaba St. Francis Xavier Credit Union podrían haber puesto en peligro la estabilidad de la unión de crédito. Esta conclusión se tomó tras una examinación exhaustiva de los asuntos de la unión de crédito incluyendo 2 investigaciones independientes, así como una examinación especial realizada por la oficina del registrador. Los informes de la examinación concluyeron, entre otras cosas, que existían deficiencias significativas en la gestión del registro de crédito, las funciones de auditoría interna y los mecanismos del control interno. Los informes también destacaron numerosos incumplimientos de las pólizas, procedimientos y estatutos establecidos de St. Francis Xavier Credit Union, contravenciones de las disposiciones del Credit Unions Act y una aparente cultura de autogestión y fallos de la alta gerencia. Basándose en las conclusiones de la examinación, el registrador trató de involucrar a la junta directiva del St. Francis Xavier Credit Union a partir de junio del 2022 para que implementaran medidas correctivas para remediar las deficiencias en la gerencia y mitigar los riesgos para los miembros planteados por los problemas sistémicos descubiertos. El intento de involucrar a la Junta resultó infructuoso. A pesar de un largo periodo de comunicación que duró varios meses, la Junta se negó o no cumplió con implementar las medidas que el registrador había considerado necesarias para proteger los fondos de los miembros. En la opinión del registrador, la Junta no estaba dispuesta o preparada para cumplir con los deberes fiduciarios apropiados para los miembros del St. Francis Xavier Credit Union, con el fin de proteger sus intereses. Tras el nombramiento del administrador en marzo del 2023, 7 de los 8 miembros de la junta directiva del St. Francis Xavier Credit Union, constituida en ese momento junto con el director general Rafael Domínguez Sr., demandantes, impugnaron judicialmente el nombramiento ante el Tribunal Supremo, alegando, entre otras cosas, que el nombramiento era ilegal, infringía las disposiciones del Credit Unions Act, incumplía los requisitos de la justicia natural y por lo demás violaba los derechos constitucionales de los demandantes. El 15 de abril del 2024, el Tribunal Supremo emitió una decisión desestimando la impugnación del nombramiento del administrador por el registrador y confirmando la legalidad del nombramiento en conformidad con las disposiciones del Credit Union Act y no en violencia de los principios de justicia natural o de los derechos constitucionales de los demandantes. La decisión del Tribunal Supremo justifica el nombramiento por parte del registrador de un administrador para St. Francis Xavier Credit Union, y el registrador agradece que el Tribunal Supremo haya considerado oportuno desestimar la impugnación legal de dicho nombramiento. St. Francis Xavier Credit Union permanece actualmente bajo administración y el registrador desea notificar al público que se han tomado medidas significativas desde el nombramiento del administrador para remediar los problemas sistémicos que hicieron necesario el nombramiento. El registrador continuará cumpliendo con su mandato legal de inspeccionar, investigar y supervisar todas las uniones de crédito para proteger los intereses de los miembros. Fin de comunicado.
Get ready for the ultimate agricultural extravaganza. Mark your calendars for the 26th, 27th, and 28th of April 2024 because the National Agriculture and Trade Show is coming to town. Hosted in Belmopan, the heart of our nation. This spectacular event takes place at the sprawling Agriculture Showgrounds, spanning over 60 acres along the breathtaking Roaring Creek. Prepare to be amazed as the 52nd National Agriculture and Trade Show unfolds under the electrifying theme of integrating sustainable food systems. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to witness innovation, celebrate agriculture, and be part of a movement towards a greener.
Today, the top spellers from the Corozal district gathered at the Escuela Secundaria Técnica Mexico for the district spelling bee finals. The aim of each participant was to secure a seat to represent Corozal for the national finals. The highly anticipated contest is one that has for decades been a collaborative work with the Ministry of Education and Bowen and Bowen.
Competitions like this, especially the spelling bee, the B, help to build on many different competencies and proficiencies. Right now the ministry is strong about competency-based education, and some of the competencies that the B develops includes critical thinking. It allows students to build confidence, it allows them to build different spelling patterns, and it also allows them to look at 21st century skills such as time management, such as quick response, such as bravery, confidence within settings that are under great pressure. Also, it also helps to develop the child as a whole, because they learn from the experience and they can use what they learn for the next year, and they can also use what they learn to develop their spelling skills. Right. Well, as we know, language is very dynamic. We have many languages across the world, and emphasizing the diversity that Belize has. The list, I believe, is reviewed and revised, and so by the ministry, along with partnership with Bowen and Bowen.
And after spelling a number of words, Gianni Zetina of Corozal Nazarene Primary School garnered first place. Not giving up, the 10-year-old joined the competition this year after failing to obtain first place last year.
I first got into this competition last year, and it was mainly a goal so that I could have a bigger vocabulary, so I would be ready for when I go to Standard 6 and high school. My coaches, my aunt and my grandfather, they have helped me to find all of the meanings, the origins, and all of the different random words from different places.
Now, you said that you tried last year, but you weren't that successful. But today you represent Corozal as the first place winner. So how do you feel about it?
Very excited, and I am sure that I will put in the work so that I can be the first place champion for nationals.
So now championship comes up in the next few weeks and the next few months. What is it that you're going to be doing in order to secure the first place at the national level?
Definitely practice more words than ever before, and try to look up as much information as I can about all of the different words and origins.
How old are you, Gianni?
10 years old.
Okay, Gianni, so at 10 years old, you became the first place winner of Corozal District. What is it that you want to tell every other student in your school in terms of, you know, trying and trying and trying? Because you might not win at first, like what happened to you, but if you continue trying, you can definitely win first place.
I think that you need to put in a lot of work, and if you're not so successful the first time, then try again if you have the opportunity.
Taking second place was Arlo Bowden of Our Lady of Guadalupe RC School. The next step for him is to bring the crown to Corozal.
You really drilled up there because you went through, I think, 8 rounds before you secured the second place. How do you feel about it?
I feel very happy.
Where do you come from? Where do you study?
I come from Corozal, Chula Vista, and I study at my school, Our Lady of Guadalupe RC School.
Okay, now Arlo, we want to hear about you, about what is it that you did to practice to make sure that you could have spelled out those words on the stage today.
I make sure to sound out the words in my head and to always be sure or to substitute some letters.
And what do you
The winners now head to the national finals scheduled for June 7 at the St. Catherine's Academy in Belize City. And here in Orange Walk, the 10 top primary school spellers converged this afternoon at the Crystal Palace Auditorium, where the district finals of the 2024 annual Bowen and Bowen National Spelling Bee competition got underway. With the support of their schoolmates, teachers, and parents, the 10 competitors battled it out to capture a spot in this year's Spelling Bee Nationals to be held on June 7th in Belize City. After hours of grueling competition, it was Jazer Lima of Chapel School who emerged victorious with the correct spelling of accessibility.
The word was accessibility, and I knew the word since young, and I'm very glad that that word came up.
Talk to us about how you trained for you to be here.
Well, my mom helped me, and several people helped me throughout the way to get here, and I used an app for Spell Pundit, which helped me to spell a lot of words and know rules of the origin.
Now you're heading to nationals. What will you be doing to prepare for facing off against students across the country?
I'll be working much harder and preparing even harder and studying a lot more.
Lastly, what would you say to other students coming up, who would want to take up the challenge to join the Spelling Bee as well?
Well, just practice a lot and talk to God to help you to know the words that they give you up there, and study a lot and be courageous to face this spelling bee.
Over the years, the annual competition has become a popular part of the yearly activities for almost all primary institutions across the country and is promoted by the Ministry of Education. This year, however, participation from smaller schools was on the rise, according to District Education Manager Carla Alvarez.
I'm really glad that now we have the smaller schools actually representing their zone. For example, San Carlos Government School was here, Santa Cruz Government School. San Carlos Government School has a population of about 30 students. So the entire school came, so it's very exciting that we have now the very remote rural schools are participating, representing their zones, coming here. As you are aware, although Progreso is in the Corozal district, geographically, because it is closer to us, it is the reason why it falls under our management. And so we're happy that Progreso will also be going to the nationals. And I think that with the years, as the years go on, we realize that we have now not just a teacher working with the student in coaching them, but I see now, especially the smaller schools, it's like the entire teacher staff, coaching them, taking turns, working with them. When I spoke to the principal of Chapel School, she said, Miss, it's myself, the principal, and about 2 or 3 other teachers coaching this one child, So it's a lot of preparation that goes into it. But as I keep on saying in all of these interviews, it's not just studying the words that come on the general list, because those they can study and memorize, but a big part of it is reading a lot, reading a lot and ensuring that it's not just reading, but it's reading and comprehension, because like for the reserve list and extra reserve list, they might be seeing the word for the very first time. But if they have studied, for example, the etymology of words, they have studied the origin of words, the root, the stem of words. Okay, so if they hear that it's Greek origin, they might know, okay, this is what you would expect to find, or a French word, this is what the meaning is supposed to, or the ending is supposed to look like. So those are things. Another very important point, and I saw it today, and I think that students need to be reminded of this. If, for example, you hear that the word is number 157 or number 275, the word cannot start with A, because the words come in alphabetical order, right? So if you're hearing a word that's, that far in the list, it cannot start with A, B, or C, right? Maybe take a guess, and maybe it's going to be more like W or Y, or So these are things, little things that I wish all students would pay attention to, because this could mean the difference of you winning or not winning.
Second place went to Angel Koa of Progreso RC School, and third place winner was Xander Magania. All 3 boys will now prepare for the Spelling Bee Nationals, which will be held on June 7th at the St. Catherine Academy Auditorium in Belize City. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Friday, April 26th here on CTV3 and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3beliezenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3beliezenews or our YouTube channel at CTV3 News BZ. Remember to wash your hands and remain safe. From all of us here at CTV3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.